Hey guys, this is Cody out in Indiana, coming from Everything Caprice PPV. Today I'm going to show you how to remove your center console. Yours might not be exactly like this. You might have the 9C1 police console, but the removal is almost the same. It's optional to take the seats out. I choose to because it'll make life a lot easier for me. Start with seat removal. Now that the seats are out, we can go ahead and get started on the rest. Now, some of your cars have screws like mine, or they will have a push pin that goes in there. My 9C1 console had screws in it, so I just put the screws back into where they came from. Alright, if you find any of these loose clips, just go ahead and put them in the center. That way, whenever you go to put everything back together, you can check and see which one is missing. Alright, we can go ahead and start by removing the center shifter cover. Set that off to the side. Pretty much go ahead and start removing all the screws. Alright, so the next part you're going to want to start removing would be the top screws for the center cover. Making sure to put all your screws together. From there, you just center cover is out. Alright, so for the next step, you will have to put the key in the ignition. Would help if the car is hooked up first. Airbag faults for days. Then you're good. You're going to want to start by popping the top of the knob off first. 9C1 shift knob removal is the exact same way. Just pop the cover off. Use a pick, and you can see at the bottom here there's a hold down clip. It'll all come off in one. If you have a 9C3, you'll have a black collar. If you have a G8, you'll have a chrome one. Or if you order one of these shift knobs from Holden Parts, you will also get a chrome one. I chose to upgrade to the black one because I don't like chrome. From there, pull the cubby out. Good to go. Then you can shift it back to park. Disconnect the battery again. Alright, so the next step would be popping off this speaker grill. Best way is to go behind it with the pick and pry at the very end. Then it'll come right out. And you have two Phillips screws right there. And you'll need a shorty screwdriver for them. I have to unhook these two. Move that off to the side. I'll have to pop this up so that I can get it up out of the way. Oops, twist the bulbs. That's out of the way. So now the next part will be taking out these screws. That'll come out. That's good to come off. There. Pops right out. Not right out, but with some force, it'll come out. Parts right there. Next step, silver box removal. Now there's also the chance that you have a backup camera. So I'm going to go ahead, unscrew this, and then show you how to unplug the harnesses for it, as well as the antenna harness, which most people have a problem with and they end up breaking it. Now I do plan on upgrading this to an Australian silver box. You get more power to the speakers. Also flips the tune button and the volume button. Here you can see the backup camera harness and the regular radio harness. This one just comes right out. Set it off to the side. And to this one, you'll be able to dig your fingers in. All right, once you get your fingers in there, you'll be able to, you can see how it locks in there. You gotta lift this up and then pull it out. That side, you'll be good. Now on to the other side. All right, now that we're on the driver's side, you can see there's the silver box up there. And right here, you can see there's a white antenna cable. You just have to get your finger in there and release it. Then it'll come out. And then your silver box will be ready to come out. Next step, go ahead and remove your silver box. Set it off to the side. Okay, so the next step would be to pop this rear panel off. Go ahead, set that out of the way as well. Remove any screws remaining. All right, from there, it clips in. This one's broke, so it will be getting replaced with a nice clean new one. All right, so the next step would be to loosen these two bolts on this side. There's matching ones on the other side. You also have two 10mm bolts at the back here, right here, same for the other side. I'll go ahead and get those removed real quick. Out. From there, you'll want to lift up and pull out, but at the same time, you'll have to pull here so that you can disconnect it, and the air console will just lift right out. If you have your e-brake set up, you will have to go ahead and unhook it from in that block, depending on how you did it. And then that should be it. Center console is removed. All right, so now you gotta go ahead and remove these two lower screws. There's also two screws back here behind where the silver box would be. Then your center structure is out. From there, you now putting the G8 console back on.